Hey yo, what's up guys? Leo here from Leon Forex, back again with another video. As you know, this is how we do it each and every week. I'm back again with another video, giving you the best setups in the markets this week. And best believe these pairs are the hottest going into this week. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. So joining me on the charts, guys, checking out the DXY as we do each and every week. Actually, the first pair that we begin with is the DXY, and the reason being is because the DXY is an indicator, a global indicator of the markets, of how strong they are. Actually, let me put this way. The DXY is the dollar index. If you do not already know that, it basically indicates dollar strength or dollar weak. The US dollar is actually looking pretty strong, being in an uptrend, very, very strong uptrend. And I'm surprised to see that the US dollar actually ended up rejecting. This may be due to the numbers that were released last week, numbers like the NVIDIA. I think that's a tech company in the US, which is doing very well, and it's driving up the US dollar strength and also the stocks in the US. And another thing, I think we had another fundamental event, which may be the cause of this. So as you can see, this is a very large weak rejection, indicating that the bulls are in the markets and they are very strong. They have a very strong presence. And what we may end up seeing going into this week, we may end up seeing a push all the way to the upside. If not a push, what I'm suspecting that may happen is maybe another consolidation. But most likely, price after that consolidation, it may continue pushing to the upside, completing its move, because price doesn't just move in one continuous move. It moves in zigzags, which those zigzags are called a trend. It moves up and down. So this is a pullback currently that it's in, and what we may see, as I said moments back, is a push to the upside. So now, looking at GBPUSD. GBPUSD's charts is actually one that is messy, especially looking at it from the daily perspective. It doesn't look very clean. So what I would like to do is actually jump down onto the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame looks much better than the daily time frame. Anyway, to actually push lower, I initially was looking for sales going into last week. I was looking for sales on GBPUSD, but my opinion changed based on what is currently happening. As you can see, the pound has managed to break that level of resistance, now turning it into support. What we may see going into this week, we may see price pull back and then maybe continue to those previous highs, especially these highs. This looks like a strong level of resistance, as price tested this level multiple times in the past. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and price may be going back to test that level again. Maybe going further along into the future, what we may see again, we may see price pull back into that level again, testing that level of support, and then continuing further into the upside. But that is something that may happen going into the future, maybe in the next coming weeks. The next pair that I'll be looking at is NZDJPY. NZDJPY, actually, let's start off on the daily charts. The reason why I want to start off on the daily charts is because I want to see what price is doing on the bigger time frames. As you can see, price, actually, NZDJPY has been one that has been good. I actually caught a setup on this initial breakout. If you all keep up with the channel, you know that I caught this setup. I caught this buy, and it went all the way up. I also caught a EURUSD buy going into this week, but I managed to just close that break even because of the US fundamental events that came into play. I entered around Wednesday and luckily my stops, I moved them back to break even, managed to make a small profit, which I will count as a break even because it's not substantial enough for me to consider as profit. Nonetheless, a profit is better than a loss, as in the markets, we focus more on protecting our capital than actually making money. That is just how we trade, and this is how you should trade actually. Focus first on protecting your capital, because without capital, there is no profits to be made. Nonetheless, so as you can see on the daily charts, price has made a very, very strong push to the upside, going up by, I don't know, a few percentages, maybe 30%, if I'm not mistaken. What we may see because of this impulse move, we may see price pull back into one of these 3 levels before actually continuing to the upside going into this week. I myself, I'm actually looking to capitalize on this uptrend, on this breakout. I'm looking to capitalize on this move, looking for buy opportunities going all the way to the upside, continuing with this trend. And some people may get caught up on this and say, nah, it's going to sell, it's going to sell. We don't know that. As long as price is in an uptrend, we're looking for buys. Moving on to the next pair, which is GBPJPY. And on GBPJPY, I'm looking for something very similar to GBPUSD. Let's jump down onto the 4-hour chart. And I want to zoom in here. Just bear with me as I fight this chart. Anyway, as you can see, it's very clear what GBPUSD has managed to do. And I actually missed one of these setups going into, actually last week, I missed one of these setups. Anyway, on GBPJPY, what we saw here was a break above structure, retest, and initially at this level of support there, I missed that setup, but now I'm looking for re-entry, of course. And we saw from there, price pushed up all the way upwards. Now price, what we may see going into this week, I'm expecting price to actually pull back into this level of support before continuing into the upside. So around this level, I'll be looking for buys. I'll wait for a retest before actually buys going into this week. The next setup that we have on the list is CAD JPY. So in CAD JPY is one that is a bit difficult, and I had trouble analyzing this one, but I think I have an idea on what may happen. As you can see, price is currently on a level of support. Of course, this is a level of support on the 4-hour time frame, but nonetheless, what I'll be looking for going into this week, what may happen, actually what we can expect, is for price to either test this level as it is right now and this level to hold, because this is now functioning as a level of support, and then a continuation to the upside. Or another alternative to that scenario is price comes back into this level, and from there we can look for buys all the way to the upside. The second scenario will be the best, but either of the two actually works. Both of them would work. So moving on to the next setup is AUD CAD. On AUD CAD is one that I spoke about last week, and what I did say about AUD CAD, I said, for those of you who are looking for buys, it was at this level. I remember below this level, I said I'd be looking for buys, but I'm not advising that you buy into resistance because price is still in a downtrend overall. Actually, let's zoom out onto the daily time frame to see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, looking at the daily time frame, you'll see that price is currently in a larger downtrend, and we do not want to oppose trend in any way, shape, or form, because trend is your friend. So what I'm looking for, as price is now approaching this level of resistance, I'm looking for price to actually come into this level of resistance, maybe consolidate before looking for sells all the way to these lows. And the reason why I'm looking for sells on those lows is because when you look on the weekly charts, you see that price is in a weekly downtrend, and we do not want to oppose trend. Then again, I say we do not want to oppose trend, but we do want to trade with the trend in our direction and in our favor. So going into this week, what I'll be looking for sells all the way to the downside, and that it's highly likely that we see that on AUD CAD, because AUD is currently selling. When I look at the CO2 data, AUD CAD is currently selling in this week, so we might see a sell-off going into this week. And remember, the bulls take stairs, the stairs, and the bears jump out the window. Hence, when price is selling, price just drops very quickly. When price is buying, price takes time to build up. On the list, the last setup that we'll be looking at is USD CHF. USD CHF, what we may see two things going into this week. We may see one of the two things, and we have two scenarios. Jumping down onto the 4-hour time frame. Currently, what we're seeing here is a consolidation of price on this level of support. Price has managed to test this level of support multiple times. As you can see, excuse me. So price has managed to test that level of support multiple times. What we may see price either sell off, but I doubt because we are in an uptrend, or we may see price continue pushing upwards in its initial move. In that case, if price does manage to push upwards or let's buy opportunities, what we may expect, or our targets actually, we may expect price to push all the way into this level or the next level. So those two levels, 0.911134 or 0.9045.2. So we may expect price to push into either of these levels, of those levels. So nonetheless, guys, if you want to have anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment down in the comment section of what you think of this week's analysis, and also added to it, what other pairs are you looking for? What pairs do you want me to add onto my analysis? I am down to actually do that. And thank you for watching this video, guys. I'll see you again next week. Peace.